Queremos invitar en este momento a este escenario a Mike Lebson, Foreign Service Officer at U.S. Department of State, quien abordará el tema AI Ready in the Americas, Trusted Technology, Trusted Partners. Bienvenido.
Buenos días a nuestros colegas, socios y amigos de Latinoamérica y el Caribe, y felicidades a AmCham y ACLA por organizar esta conferencia tan exitosa. Para mí es un privilegio hablar con ustedes hoy sobre una de las cuestiones que definen nuestro tiempo, cómo las naciones libres del hemisferio occidental aprovecharán la IA para asegurar nuestra prosperidad compartida, defender nuestros pueblos y liderar el siguiente gran capítulo del progreso humano juntos. Nosotros nos reunimos en un momento en el que el presidente Trump tiene razón cuando dijo que es una prueba de nuestras capacidades que no ha sido enfrentado desde la era espacial. La IA producirá un cambio de rumbo en la distribución global de la riqueza nunca visto en siglos, tal vez comparable a la electricidad y la revolución industrial. That's all I prepared in Spanish, so now I will switch to English. Gracias. Next month, the United States will celebrate our 250th anniversary. For that entire time, the destinies of the nations of the Americas have been bound together. That is more true today than ever before. The question before us is whether our hemisphere, which is rich in talent, resources, and entrepreneurial spirit, will rise together as an AI-powered region of shared prosperity, or whether we will allow foreign adversaries from outside our hemisphere to plant flags of digital dependency in our soil. Today, I want to speak about what it takes for a nation to be ready to receive AI, why trusted American technology must form the foundation of the global AI build-out, and the transformative use cases that await those who choose wisely. So let's begin with a clear recognition that security in the AI age begins with trusted technology. And the gold standard for trusted AI is made in America. From subsea cables to chips to applications, it is essential that the technologies driving the AI revolution be trustworthy. They must not contain components that are supplied by companies that are subject to adversarial governmental control, which carry risks of failure, manipulation, and misuse of AI for arbitrary and unlawful surveillance and censorship. Why American technology? Because industry benchmarks prove that American AI technology and services are more capable, unbiased, and secure than competitors for nearly every application. There are features of the U.S. legal system, such as our commitment to property rights, to freedom, and yes, to endless lawsuits, that stand guard against danger to your sovereignty. When you partner with American companies, you partner with firms that are answerable to courts, to shareholders, and to the rule of law. You do not get that with technology from non-market economies or authoritarian states, where companies answer only to the one political party that runs the country. That is why President Trump signed an executive order establishing the American AI Exports Program. The policy of the United States is to preserve and extend American leadership in AI and decrease international dependence on AI technologies that are being developed by our adversaries by supporting the global deployment of U.S.-origin AI technologies. The American AI Exports Program is designed to promote the export of full-stack American AI technology packages encompassing hardware such as chips and servers, data pipelines, AI models and systems, security measures, and applications for specific use cases. The United States is ready to employ all available federal financial tools to support priority AI export packages. These tools can include direct loans, loan guarantees, equity investments, co-financing, political risk insurance, credit guarantees, technical assistance, and feasibility studies. So how does a country in our hemisphere prepare itself to harness this technology? Let me offer a practical roadmap. First, focus on the governance environment. We strongly encourage foreign governments to focus on their governance environment, including regulations to encourage imports of U.S. AI technologies, including policies on cross-border data, intellectual property, energy, land, water, and technology protection. The United States supports respect for, protection of, and promotion of freedom of expression, privacy, and other elements of digital freedom in the field of AI, consistent with existing international human rights law. Design, development, or use of AI systems and AI-related policies should respect freedom of expression and not curtail open debate. Regulation that fails to respect freedom of expression and imposes broad censorship or ideological biases is not acceptable. AI services, policies, and platforms should also take rights-respecting measures to protect children from illegal content that can be AI-generated, such as child sexual exploitation and abuse materials, while empowering parents to shape their children's digital environment and upbringing. Authorities should also evaluate how to prevent diversion of U.S. AI technologies consistent with U.S. export controls, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. Second, reject overregulation. Broad overregulation, like that modeled by the EU, incentivizes centralization and stifles innovation. Latin America has too often suffered from regulatory regimes that protect incumbents and discourage entrepreneurs, including startups. AI offers a chance to break that cycle, opening doors for entrepreneurs for countries that choose openness over bureaucracy. Third, enable secure cross-border data flows. Nothing is more foundational to AI than data. When data is locked behind geographic borders, AI slows, cloud adoption suffers, cybersecurity weakens, and innovation stalls. Countries must also consider who has access to their data and the infrastructure which stores, processes, and moves that data. Adopting trusted suppliers across the AI supply chain protects countries from the security risks posed by adversary-affiliated technology companies such as data exfiltration, espionage, and supply chain and critical infrastructure vulnerabilities. Recent events in the Middle East, where Iran attacked civilian data centers, offers another reason to decentralize your data in the cloud, with robust encryption and other measures to ensure that you have maintained sovereign control over your data rather than keeping it geographically isolated. Fourth, align with American export controls and technology protection measures. Countries around the world should work with us to adopt complementary technology protection measures, particularly with regard to export controls, investment screening, and research security. We want to work with you to harness AI's full potential, but technological integration with our adversaries would make it very difficult for us to support exports of U.S. AI technology. Fifth, address energy. Countries that are less ready for AI will still be able to take advantage of cloud-based AI and applications, but those that seek to be regional leaders in AI will have to be able to provide 24/7 electricity generation and distribution. Latin America is blessed with abundant energy resources, but this will take serious governmental attention and long-term investment to build up sufficient energy infrastructure. Sixth, leverage your critical minerals advantage. Our hemisphere is home to the extraordinary mineral wealth that is essential to the AI supply chain. Through partnerships that are built on trust, these resources can fuel a hemispheric AI economy rather than be siphoned off to fuel an authoritarian one. Seventh, engage with us. Foreign governments and businesses should meet and speak with U.S. tech companies, with our embassies and consulates, and with the Departments of State and Commerce in Washington. As we all know, AI is a dual-use technology of unprecedented power. The same capabilities that enable breakthroughs in medicine and logistics efficiency can be turned against us by foreign adversaries who do not share our values. We recognize the growing threat posed by foreign adversaries leveraging AI to amplify anti-American propaganda and information operations, as well as to support their military modernization and other strategic objectives. The threats are concrete. AI systems themselves are susceptible to adversarial inputs, data poisoning, and privacy attacks. A poisoned model can corrupt decisions across an entire enterprise. A compromised data pipeline can silently shape outcomes for years. The strategic competitive picture is equally sobering. China has a multifaceted, national-level strategy designed to displace the United States as the world's most influential AI power. The Chinese Communist Party is broadly pursuing AI for smart cities, mass surveillance, and intelligent weapons, and its military-civil fusion strategy targets AI to ensure that new innovations simultaneously advance China's economic and military development. We've seen this playbook before in our hemisphere. China used a familiar strategy, building strategic dependencies, collecting sensitive data, and exporting techno-authoritarianism. Chinese state-backed firms have sought to embed themselves in the telecommunications networks and ports of South America and the Caribbean, and in the surveillance infrastructure of cities from Mexico to the Southern Cone. We must not allow this pattern to repeat in the age of AI. So the choice is stark. AI built on American foundations will serve the freedom and prosperity of our peoples. AI built on adversary foundations will serve the surveillance state and the strategic interests of Beijing. Let's turn to a few of the transformative applications that await countries that are ready to embrace this technology. Let's start with infrastructure and industry. In manufacturing, AI applications enable process improvements, real-time monitoring, predictive maintenance, and supply chain optimization. In mining and extraction, AI is already improving site selection and may soon optimize operational efficiency and worker safety. Next, defense and national security. AI is becoming essential across every aspect of military planning and execution, from intelligence analysis to logistics optimization, from predictive maintenance to autonomous systems. For countries confronting transnational criminal organizations, drug trafficking networks, and illegal mining, AI-enhanced situational awareness is a force multiplier of historic proportions. Next, public services. AI offers governments revolutionary tools to serve their citizens, from streamlining bureaucracy to detecting corruption to delivering services to remote communities. Let's talk about healthcare. AI applications are already improving medical imaging and diagnostics. Soon, AI will allow greater personalization and precision in treatment through predictive analysis, drug discovery, enhanced telemedicine, and improved surgical robotics. Imagine bringing world-class diagnostic capability to a remote clinic or village. Next, agriculture. This is where our hemisphere can lead the world. AI applications may improve weather forecasting, soil analysis, irrigation and fertilization precision, yield prediction, livestock management, and automated harvesting. From the soybean fields of Brazil and Argentina to the coffee farms of Colombia and Central America to the vineyards of Chile, AI will multiply the productivity of the world's breadbasket. There will be extraordinary potential in education and science. AI applications will enable increased personalization, virtual tutoring, automated assessment, and improved accessibility, reaching students from the favelas of Rio to the highlands of Guatemala with quality instruction. AI has put every country in the world at a crossroads. Which countries will choose the path of productivity, growth, scientific discovery, free speech, and freedom? Which will choose the path of repression, censorship, and centralized control? And which countries will build walls of regulation, resigning themselves to fall further and further behind in the AI race? For those that choose the first path, the United States wants to partner with you. The Western Hemisphere has every advantage needed to lead the AI age: talent, resources, energy, geography, and a shared tradition of liberty. What we need now is the political will to choose trusted partners and trusted technology. As AI transforms the global economic future, it presents an opportunity for mutual benefit between the United States, which is leading the world in AI technology, and our friends in this region. Let us build the future together as neighbors, as partners, as the free nations of the Americas. Muchas gracias. Thank you.